Welcome back to our channel SVS Physio Academic, your digital learning partner in physiotherapy. Hello, future physiotherapist. If you are preparing for biomechanics exams in BPT, this video is going to help you a lot. Many students ask one common question: which questions should I study to pass, and which questions help me score high marks? In this series, we will cover chapter wise and unit wise biomechanics questions based on the BPT syllabus followed by most of our Indian universities. Topics covered: fundamental biomechanics principles, force, torque and levers, concave convex rule, orthokinematics, gait biomechanics, biomechanics of shoulder, hip, knee, and spine. So, frankly speaking, whether your goal is just to pass or to score distinction, this will help you prepare smartly instead of studying everything randomly. Let's start with the most important biomechanics questions you must not miss before the exam. Unit 1: Basic Mechanical Concepts. Define biomechanics and explain its importance in physiotherapy. Question number 2. Define kinematics and kinetics with examples. Question number 3. Define force and explain different types of forces acting on the human body. Define gravity and explain its effect on posture and movement. Define center of gravity and explain factors affecting it. Explain line of gravity and its clinical significance. Define base of support and explain its role in stability. Define equilibrium and explain types of equilibrium. Explain Newton's first law of motion with clinical examples. Explain Newton's second law of motion with examples from human movement. Explain Newton's third law of motion in gait and sports activities. Define mass, weight, and inertia. Explain linear motion and angular motion. Explain velocity and acceleration with examples. Write short notes on scalars and vectors. Unit 2: Force, torque, and levers. Define torque, moment of force. Explain moment arm with diagram. Explain types of levers in human body. Describe first class lever with examples. Describe second class lever with examples. Describe third class lever with examples. Explain mechanical advantage. Explain force arm and resistance arm. Explain parallel force system. Explain concurrent force system. Explain muscle force and joint reaction force. Explain couple forces. Explain force vectors in biomechanics. Explain torque produced by muscles. Write short notes on internal and external forces. Unit 3: Work, energy, and power. Define work in biomechanics. Define energy and explain its types. Explain kinetic energy with examples. Explain potential energy with examples. Define power and explain its importance in human movement. Explain work energy relationship. Explain muscle efficiency. Write short notes on elastic energy in muscles and tendons. Explain energy expenditure during gait. Explain physiological cost index. Unit 4. Properties of biological materials. Define stress and strain. Explain types of stress based on tensile, compressive, and shear. Explain elasticity and plasticity. Define Young's modules. Explain stress-strain curve of bone. Explain viscoelastic properties of connective tissue. Explain creep and stress relaxation. Explain hysteresis in biological tissues. Explain factors affecting bone strength. Write short notes on mechanical properties of cartilage, tendon, and ligament. Unit 5. Joint biomechanics. Define orthokinematics. Explain osteokinematics. Explain roll, glide, and spin movements. Explain concave convex rule with examples. Explain close packed and loose packed position of joints. Explain joint stability and factors affecting it. Explain capsular pattern. Explain open kinetic chain and closed kinetic chain movements. Explain degrees of freedom of joints. Explain joint compression and distraction forces. Explain friction in synovial joints. Explain joint lubrication mechanism. Explain kinematics of synovial joints. Write short notes on joint reaction forces. Explain biomechanical principles used in joint mobilization. Unit number 6. Muscle biomechanics. Explain muscle structure related to biomechanics. Explain types of muscle contraction. Explain isometric contraction. Explain concentric contraction. Explain eccentric contraction. Explain length tension relationship of muscle. Explain force velocity relationship. Explain muscle fatigue and biomechanics. Explain types of muscle fibers and their biomechanical properties. Write short notes on muscle moment arms. Unit number 7. Biomechanics of human movement. Explain biomechanics of gait cycle. Explain phases of gait. Explain ground reaction force. Explain biomechanics of the shoulder joint. Explain biomechanics of the elbow joint. Explain biomechanics of the wrist joint. Explain biomechanics of the hip joint. Explain biomechanics of the knee joint. Explain biomechanics of the ankle joint. Explain biomechanics of the spine. Explain lumbar spine biomechanics. Explain biomechanics of lifting. Explain postural control mechanism. Explain biomechanics of sitting posture. Explain ergonomic principles in physiotherapy. High-level clinical biomechanics questions for outstanding students. Explain biomechanical causes of low back pain. Explain biomechanics of patellofemoral joint dysfunction. Explain biomechanics of shoulder impingement syndrome. Explain biomechanics of ACL injury. Explain biomechanics of flat foot. Explain biomechanics of scoliosis. Explain biomechanics of coccydynia during sitting. Explain biomechanical analysis of squat exercise. Explain biomechanics of stair climbing. Explain role of biomechanics in physiotherapy rehabilitation. Thank you.